Hi guys, I'm Lindsay Hecker and I'm back to continue my series, and today I'm talking about Jayne Mansfield. Vera Jane Palmer was her original name, and she was born April 19th, 1933. She was an actress in the 50s, early 60s, and a singer. A very, very popular entertainer. She was world renowned. She was a mother to Jane Marie, Mickey, Zoli, Mariska, as we all know, Law and Order SVU, and Tony. And she was a classically trained pianist, and she also played the violin. She started acting pretty young. And she also had a very high IQ. So despite her being, we'll say, typecast as a dumb blonde, she was far from that. And she was very talented. I think that she was so fantastic in The Wayward Bus. And even the New York Times said that that was some of her best acting. So it's pretty crazy that even though she was playing these dumb blonde roles, she was insanely smart. And she was really also very good at drama, but she wasn't getting offered those roles because, in entertainment sometimes, well, a lot of times, women get typecast and you're just like pigeonholed for so long in that, in whatever that is. And it takes a long time to break out of it. And sadly, she wasn't able to do that, even though she was incredibly talented. So her first big thing came via Broadway. She started there, and she played Rita Marlowe in Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter, and then she also reprised that role in the film version later as well. And she was in Death of a Salesman on stage, and this was in 1953. And so in 1954, she did a screen test with Paramount Pictures because someone had seen her on stage in Death of a Salesman, which speaks to her talent because that's major. That's a major thing. She was under contract at multiple studios. She had, I believe it was a 6-year contract at 20th Century Fox, and she had a 7-year contract with Warner Brothers, and she was really multifaceted because she could act, she performed in nightclubs, she sang, so she really, that's a gift too. To be able to do all of those things and also be a mom is really impressive, and I think that, obviously, if you haven't seen My Mom Jane, watch it. It's probably the most beautiful documentary I have ever seen in my life, so kudos to Mariska Hargitay, who is also a legend. It was fantastic. And you could see and just hear how much she loved her kids. And I think that she was so beautiful and so intelligent, and I just hate that her intelligence was overshadowed by her looks. And these characters that she was being, maybe not forced to play, but she had to play. And even she knew, because there are clips of her talking about, well, you kind of have to give the public what they want. So it makes sense that she was very smart and understood that and played to it. But I just hate that her life was cut short before she could really dive into more dramatic roles. And I wish she had gotten the chance to do that more. She also has a star on the Walk of Fame, and Mariska has one as well. Both of them are icons, respectively. And I think her daughters favor her so much. When I look at her, I see both of them, and I think they're just equally stunning. Also, she won a Golden Globe in 1957, which is incredible. And she worked opposite a lot of people, like Cary Grant and so many others. And she had quite a career and a major impact during this time. And it was a short career because unfortunately she was taken from all of us too soon. But the impact that she had is forever. And I am so glad that Mariska made this documentary, because it was incredible. And it really shed a beautiful light on her as just a human being, not just an entertainer. And I highly recommend watching that. I definitely recommend watching all of her movies. She's fantastic in all of them. I just keep going back to The Wayward Bus because it was a drama, and really, 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 really good. So if you haven't seen her movies, I highly recommend watching them. She's a legend, and I just think that she's had such an impact on so many, and she continues to this day, and I think that's amazing. So, all right, stay tuned for my next episode. I think you're going to really like it.